Hello, my name is Amy Zalewski, and I'm your child's chemistry teacher this semester. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about my class. I graduated from North Carolina State University with a degree in chemistry. I worked as a chemist for about 3 years before making the switch to teaching. I have been teaching for well over a decade, and I'm a national board certified teacher. Chemistry is my passion, and I love sharing that with my students. I try to make my classes as fun and practical as I can, but chemistry can be a difficult class for many students. We'll be doing several labs and projects throughout the semester. Chemistry is one of those subjects that requires consistent work both in and out of the classroom, with a focus on understanding concepts, not just completing assignments. Now let me tell you a little about the structure of my class and some of the resources you have access to. This is my website's homepage, which can be accessed through the WHHS staff page. If you need to contact me, click here. And the best way is through email. If you have questions or concerns, you can click here and fill out the email form. You can expect a response within 24 hours. You and your child will be more interested in the chemistry webpage. Here you can find assignment due dates in the calendar, resources, and other valuable information. You can access the class syllabus, which explains a little bit more about my class, and the class supply list by clicking here. One of the most important items that each chemistry student must bring to class every day is a good calculator. Their phones will not do. This calculator is the minimum requirement for my class. It costs about $15 to $20 and has all the functions that my students will need to use throughout the semester. If they already have a graphing calculator, that is perfectly fine and will be able to use it in my class. I will teach my students to use their calculators effectively so that they are comfortable with all the necessary operations by the end of the course, so it's important for them to have their own. Each day we'll be applying the information we learned the day before to new situations. Because of this, it's very important for students to keep up with their own work and to get extra help as soon as they need it so they don't fall behind. I'm available most mornings and afternoons to help students with quick questions. I also offer more formal tutoring at least once a week. Usually it will be on a Tuesday or Thursday, but I will let students know which day in class and post it to the chemistry class calendar on my website. I do give extra credit for participating in these sessions, and it's one of the only extra credit opportunities that my students have. There will be homework every night. This homework may be practice problems, concept review, or a screencast lesson similar to the one you're watching now. Homework gives students a reason to think about concepts or apply and reinforce the skills that they've learned on their own outside of classroom. Assignments are communicated to my students through Google Classroom. If you have not heard of Google Classroom, watch this 5-minute video. Students with smartphones should download the free app so they can access these resources and receive notifications about assignments and due dates. It not only allows me to communicate assignments, but other resources as well. I've created screencasts of most lessons, and I link those to the Google Classroom. If your child is absent from school or needs more help at home, they can watch these videos so that they are not lost the next day. I also have a link to PowerSchool, our online gradebook. PowerSchool is a fantastic tool for both you and your child. I update grades daily, but I suggest you check their grades once a week. This gives them more responsibility in keeping up with their own assignments and deadlines, yet doesn't give them enough time to dig a hole so deep they can't recover from. There is even an option to set up weekly progress report emails within PowerSchool. For instructions, click here. A little bit on how I code my assignments in my gradebook. If an assignment is not turned in, I will give a 0 for that assignment. If that assignment was not turned in due to an absence, full credit will be given once the assignment is turned in. That needs to be within 5 days of the absence. If an absence is not the reason an assignment was not turned in, I give a 0 for the assignment and code it as late. Students may turn in a late assignment the next day for a 40-point deduction. Regular chemistry students will have 4 opportunities to turn in a late assignment, and honors will have 3 opportunities. So when you're checking their grades, if you see a lot of 0s or late grades, that means that they are not doing their assignments or are not turning them in on time. That is something that you would want to address with your child. If you are having trouble accessing PowerSchool, please contact the school's front office. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about your child's chemistry class. I know that if parents, teachers, and students work together, great things can be achieved.